What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. It's NBA Talk with Jay. No intro today, man. No change, none of that. I'm not happy. I always want to say, man, never bet more than you can afford to lose, guys. So I know yesterday was a horrible day. I know me personally, I got smoked. I lost a ton of money, but still have plenty of money as well. Never bet over your head. I just want to say that as well, guys. That's why I don't tell people units or how much I bet because not everyone can afford to lose a certain amount of money. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm not happy whatsoever. I'll be honest. I'm pretty sad. I'm pretty down, but still gonna do the show as well. And still have a major parlay going as well. They have Celtics money line parlay tied in with something. So at least I have that to at least try to get my money back. But shout out to all the members on the members only show as well. Last night gave out a college basketball pick. That's really my best play of the day as well. What's up with you, Jay McCoy? I see you, my guy. So really, my main play today will be in college, but we'll break down these NBA games as well. Might do a later show as well, breaking down more college games as well. It will be members only though, my guys. So it's only $3.99 a month. If you'd like to become a member, I appreciate you. If $3.99 is too much for you, I don't know what to say, guys. Let's get straight into it here. Let's go over here to the streets of Orlando here, guys. We have the Magic getting 1 point at the house versus the New Orleans Pelicans in this one. Pelicans coming off an absolute no-show in that one. They got smoked versus the Heat in their last game, and it was a horrible spot for the Pelicans as well. Coming home off a road trip, they had the one-off home game, and then right back out on the road as well. So that was a horrible spot. They were never in the game. Lost that one 190. They lost that one 98 to 124, and that one they were down 36-23 in the first quarter. Basically never in the game. Let me see. Yes, I don't think they ever held a lead in the game. So that was a horrible game for the Pelicans, and I'm sure they're in the same mode that I am. Can't wait to bounce back. Now we worry about the Pelicans a little because their revenge spot is the next game versus Miami. But in my opinion, man, I think that the Magic, they've had 4 days off. I think they could come out tad a little bit rusty as well. Magic also, you can't call it a huge game, but they do have a division rival next day going flying out to Washington. They've lost their last 5 meetings versus the Wizards. So the way I'm looking at it, I can see the Magic possibly a little look ahead here. Obviously, the Magic could possibly tank this game away as well. I know me personally, I'm only looking towards Pelicans. What I personally bet, I sprinkled on. I'm not making huge bets today. I can tell you that right now. But Pelicans in the first quarter minus a half. I believe I got it at minus 105 or something like that, man. So regardless, I think the Pelicans come out here hot, at least to start the game, pissed off. And I think they can do it versus this Magic team as well, man. So I know that I think Fultz was questionable slash upgrade to probable. Franz Wagner is the injury that you need to see what's up in this game. In my opinion, he's the best player on the team by far, in my opinion. Franz Wagner. So if he's out, it's really going to hurt their offense. I know that obviously they don't have a ton of guards now for the Pelicans as well. They're struggling right now with the ball distribution without Zion and without Ingram. Najee Marshall and Herb Jones are questionable for this game. Hopefully they don't. I don't. It's not the first of a back to back, so I don't think that they'll try to rest up and get ready for Miami. They do have Miami on deck, but it's at the very least it's not a back to back if that makes sense. So they at least have a day off before they have to go play Miami and Elwin. The Magic have a game tomorrow. So my top looks in this game, I want Pelicans in the first quarter, and I like Pelicans in the full game as well, minus the one. I think they win this game going away. As long as they come out locking down on defense, and I think they'll build an early lead. And I don't think the Magic will have enough offense to be able to come back in this one. So Pelicans, top play of this game is Pelicans first quarter minus a half, but I do still like Pelicans full game as well, minus the one in this one, my guys. I know you guys don't like it in chat. What's up with you, Mark Hill? What's up, Jerry? Jerry, long time follower of the show, my guy. Surprised you hadn't become a member yet, but it's not that you have to, my guy. But I appreciate you if you did. What's up, Said, my guy, man? I appreciate you, man. But yeah, Pelicans first quarter minus a half, Pelicans full game minus the one for me and Noah. Let's head over here to the streets of Atlanta here, guys. We got the Hawks laying 3 points at the house versus the Knicks. Nice revenge spot for the Hawks. A little bit of injury report manipulation here. Bogdanovich and Trae Young on the injury report. No real injury. I mean, both of them played in the last game. They've won 4 straight. If you're the Hawks, why don't you try to keep it going in this one? Trae Young and Bogdanovich did go through shoot around. So personally, I think they'll play. Personally, I want to take the Hawks minus the 3 here. I do need to know that they're in for sure, but I don't see why they sit out this game. You're going up against a huge Eastern Conference opponent, the Knicks as well, and you have revenge. Knicks smacked you up earlier this year, 113 to 89. I'm pretty sure that was the lowest point total for the Hawks this year. So they should have revenge on their minds. In my opinion, Hawks have covered. They have won and covered 2 out of the last 3 versus the Knicks. Obviously, it was 2-0 before they lost the one earlier this season. So this has been somewhat of a rivalry here. Knicks without Mitchell Robinson, without like 3 or 4 weeks or something like that. So, but the Knicks are 6-0 against the spread. Last 6 following a double-digit loss at the house, and historically they have been playing well on the road as well. I know that they've won and covered their last 3 on the road. Historically, 17-4 against the spread in their last 21 road games with the team with the winning home record. So the Knicks have somewhat been balling out on the road. But you look at it on the flip side, Hawks 16-5 against the spread last 21 home games versus a team with a winning road record as well. So Hawks play it well at the house versus these teams, but the Knicks play well as well on the road in these type of games as well. Knicks 28-1 against the spread last 29 meetings in Atlanta. So they have played this team tough. This is a good matchup, I must say, but you got to understand the Hawks are playing on a different level right now. They showed us that in the Mavs game on national TV. That was a clear Mavs spot. In my opinion, even the Mavs were getting a little bit of the calls, and the Hawks still end up getting it done. So I said to myself, the Hawks might be a buy-on team here going forward. Knicks have Hardenstein to come off the bench, but who's going to run the backup center after that? Maybe Obi Toppin? That's not going to be good here. I want to take Hawks -3. I lean Hawks heavily. I won't be taking a lot of action today. I'm here to bring you the looks, what I think will win in the game. Whether I go official or not, I'm still simply tell you how I'm looking at the game. I would like to take Hawks -3 in that one. Like I said, Trae Young, Bogdanovich, questionable, went through shooting around, should play. I can only look towards the Hawks in this game. Might take a little time for the Knicks to figure out how to play without Robinson once again, man. And he's huge for them on the offensive boards as well, man. So Cavs -3. Hawks are -3 or nothing for me in that one, guys. Let's head over here to the streets of Cleveland here, man. We have the Cleveland Cavaliers laying 8 points at the house versus the Warriors. This line is going up to 8.5 right now, man. They're waiting on Mitchell right now, to be honest with you, man. They're waiting on Mitchell, in my opinion, to see it. Mitchell and the Cavs are waiting to see if the Warriors are going to rest anybody. They've only came out and said that Clay is not going to sit right now. But I'll be honest, I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see some more guys sit out for the Warriors in this one. I talked about this one last night on a late night show. This one was at, I believe it was at 7 last night. It was opened up at 6, went to 7 once that game went to overtime. Now we wake up and it's at 8.5. This is not a good spot for the Warriors, in my opinion. 5th straight road game as well. Last game of a road trip. They face the Nets in a few days when they get home. Nets, Grizzlies, and then Raptors. So you got some big games on deck. This is almost like a schedule loss, but do I want to lay the points with the Cavs without knowing these guys are out? Like, does this make sense? If Curry, Draymond, and the rest of the guys are in, everybody except for Clay, this line is too high. I'll be honest with you. But there's some maybe their books are telling us that there's going to be Steph ruled out in this game. That's the only way that this line makes sense. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. He played 43 minutes last night. This is only his 4th or 5th game back for Steph as well. So they might not try to rush him and play a back-to-back, kind of just chunk this one up as a loss. The reason why it's Cavs are nothing for me, they've lost 10 straight games versus the Warriors, guys. 1-9 against the spread over that span as well. So the Warriors have absolutely owned the Cavs of late. Now that the Cavs have the rest advantage here, I can only look towards the Cavs here. This line is too high right now without not knowing the guys are out for a fact. But if they are out, it won't move too much. It'll maybe go to 9.5. Like this is a line that's kind of telling us halfway that the guys might be out. If they're in, it'll go back down maybe to 6. If they're out, I don't think it'll go up a whole lot. So I wouldn't talk you out of waiting to bet this game. If Curry and the guys do play, I must say I don't really like the feeling of it, simply put, because the Cavs have a big game versus the Bucks tomorrow, division game as well. So that when I look at that, I'm like, damn, I don't like that fact for the Cavs. But you're facing the defending champs here in a major game. I do think the Cavs turn up, whether they have Mitchell or not. We saw them turn up in the last game versus Memphis in Memphis when we know that the Grizzlies ball out there. So the Cavs, there's some balls right now. They should end this streak today of losing to the Warriors, but will they cover the spread? It's a whole nother conversation right there. I'd lean Cavs we need to see if Curry and Draymond, guys like they're going to play. I think there's a heavy possibility that they could rest some guys like when that late injury report, you know how they do it, man. So they're not in an injury report right now, but don't be a bit surprised to see the Warriors rest some guys. If they don't, and it's still at 8, I must say I wouldn't lay the points with the Cavs in this one, guys, especially with the Bucks on deck tomorrow. I fully believe they win, but this is a double-digit type of win. But Warriors could be due for a huge letdown. There was a hard-fought game. They wanted that game as well, just as much as the Celtics did yesterday. And when it goes to overtime, it's a horrible spot for the Warriors, in my opinion, guys. Let's head over here to the streets of Dallas here, man. We got the Mavs getting a point and a half at the house. No one will want to take the Mavs here, guys. I'll be honest. And I couldn't talk them off, right? They are 16-7 straight up at the house. The Heat are starting to play a lot better basketball. 7-3 straight up last 10 games. 7-3 against the spread as well. We just saw them smack up the Pelicans. Now, the Mavs, that was the first game home off the road trip, 5-game road trip as well. They still showed something. Could have won that game versus Atlanta, just seemed to run out of gas in the last quarter of that one, man. Now this is back-to-back home games, back-to-back national TV games as well for the Mavs. I know the whole world will be on the Heat here. They're fading the Mavs. Personally, I wouldn't be surprised if the Mavs got done. Do I trust them enough, or do I trust their depth enough to take them here? No, I don't, man. Tim Hardaway Jr. is coming back. But now you're down without Christian Wood again, man. So maybe they get a tad bit better defensively without Wood out there, but it's definitely going to take a hit in the offense, man. Wood and Luka was really finding their groove. Obviously, they need Tim Hardaway Jr. back, but it just sucks. They got one player back, and then you lost one, man. So would I be surprised if the Mavs won this game? No, I wouldn't. Should they win this game? They very well should. Heat last little game of a 3-game road trip as well. I don't know what to do with this game. I want to take Mavs, but I can't trust them, guys. I hope it makes sense. I know you guys understand what I'm saying. I know you guys can't trust them as well, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Mavs did get this win today, my guys. Wouldn't be. Yeah, they say they need a get right spot. I want to lean Mavs, guys. If I'm taking a play in that game, it's Mavs plus the 1.5. I'm telling you that right now. They are a lot better than what they're showing, but the Heat do have some defense. If guys like Strus and Vincent, Hero hitting those threes, it could be a long night for the Mavs because the Heat have the better overall defense. And right now, you got to say they got the better offense right now, man. They're playing well right now, but back-to-back national TV games at the house versus the Mavs. Do I see them dropping both? Personally, I don't. Mavs plus the 1.5 or nothing for me there. Set over here to the streets of San Antonio here, guys. We got the Clippers laying a boatload of points, man. They're laying 7 points at the house versus the Spurs in this one. Spurs, obviously, we know that they're not going to try to win a ton of games. They're 14-31 straight up so far this season. Are 22-23 against the spread as well. Only 9-16 at the house. They're coming off a win as well, so I have to start right there. I don't want the Spurs. I don't want to take them in a spot where I expect them to put up a win in back-to-back games. And I just feel like with this spread, it's high for a reason. But I feel like if you're taking the Spurs, you should expect them to win. This is a spread, in my opinion, a type of game, in my opinion, that you pick the winner of the game. If you think the Clippers going to win, you might want to go ahead and lay the 7 because if they do win it, they probably win it in blowout fashion in a somewhat a get right spot. If you like the Spurs plus the 7, you're saying I think that they can win this game, in my opinion. So that's the only way I would touch the Spurs in this one. Personally, I'm only looking towards the Clippers. I won't give this out to anybody. I'm probably not betting it. It's just one of those that obviously when the Clippers play so bad, it's hard to go official with them because people just say, oh, we shouldn't have. If it does lose, oh, we shouldn't have took that. It's the sorriest team. Ooh. So the Clippers team is a lot better than what they're showing. They're just not putting it together, in my opinion, man. So what I would look in this game, it would be Clippers team total over, man. That's what I would look. I see a fast-paced type of game. I see the full game total going over. We know that the Spurs like to do. They don't defend, and they like to run this high-octane type of offense, man. So 5 of their last 6 games have went over the Spurs, and 8 of their last 10 games have went over. So what that tells me is there will be a lot of offense in this one, and it tells me that the Clippers, if they want to break out offensively, this is probably the game. Let's see who their next 3 games are. Dallas, Lakers, and then San Antonio again. So if you want to bust out offensively, this is the game for the Clippers. If in my opinion, you can get some. Now, they don't drive to the rim, but they can get whatever they want to the rim. When would the Clippers listen to Ty Lue and just go to the fucking rim every time? You're not shooting the ball well right now. Those mid-range jumpers, all that, they're not going down. Go to the rack. and get fouled or either get an easy layup or dunk. It's simple. It's simple basketball, man. I really don't understand it. I'm not betting the Clippers. I would lean their way. I would if I'm betting the game, betting the play in this game, it would be Clippers team total over. That way, you don't even care if they cover the spread or not. You just need for this to be a fast-paced game and for them to break out their offensive slump. So, best play for me in that game would be Clippers team total over. Kawhi coming back to the streets of San Antonio. I'm sure they want to get up for this one. PG and Kawhi should be in this one, my guys. So I'd lean Clippers and I'd lean their team total over in this one. I do not want to trust the Spurs to put together back-to-back great performances, not with a tanking team. So I'm saying tank for Wembanyama. And it could be where the Spurs keep it close but lose the game. Even if they're up, I could see them probably trying to piss away the game in the fourth quarter. Clippers should win this one. Their team total over should go over, guys. Let's go over to the streets of Denver real quick. My streets of Denver here, man. We got the Nuggets here, laying 11 points at the house versus the Pacers in this one. I think the total's too high in this one, man. The Pacers have really struggled to score points without their guy Halliburton over there, man. I'd look at Pacers team total under in this game. That's the only way that I'd look in this one. Let's see. So Pacers team total under is 114 in this one. I don't see them getting past 110 points in this game, guys. That's just the way I'm looking at it. Now, obviously, you got to look at both ends of the spectrum. The Nuggets, sometimes when they play these lower tier teams, they come out and not really give their best game defensively. Why? Because they know they can beat them with offense. So that's why I don't like to bet a ton of games like this. The Nuggets should smash them. The Pacers are a shell of themselves without Halliburton. I heard him go on a podcast say that he will be reevaluated at the end of this month. So it sounds like Halliburton's going to be out for a little while. He has an elbow and a knee injury. So the Pacers, they might start tanking. I kind of said this earlier. So people was like, man, the Pacers balling out at number 6 in the conference. I said, man, the Pacers might not even make the playoffs this year. And with this stretch without Halliburton, they're going to continue to drop, man. I'm not backing the Pacers. They just got smoked versus OKC. I don't see how they keep it close versus the Nuggets. The only way they will is if the Nuggets don't take them in serious. And guess what? It's very possible. So I'm not betting this game. I can only look Nuggets. I can only look towards them early and often. First quarter, first half, all that. And I can only look towards the total-wise. This one has went down from 240.5 last night to 239. I agree with that move. I think this is an under type of game. And I also think the Pacers team total under is the spot in this game, man. Under 114, that's what I'd be looking at this one. You have to hope that the Nuggets try to bring their defense, but they usually do at the house. That's just what they do. Nuggets playing defense this year. So Pacers team total under would probably be my top. I think that's the best look in that game, under 114.5, my guys. Let's go over here to the streets of Utah here, man. We got the Utah Jazz laying 7.5 points at the house versus the Nets. I was doing the night show last night. This one was at 6, and I told the guys, if you wanted to take the Jazz in this one, you take them right now. It's up to 7.5 now. It's getting up there. This isn't the best team laying points. I'll be honest with you, but the Nets, they're like the Pacers right now, a shell of themselves without KD. You'd think that they can do more, man. Still got Simmons, still got Kyrie, an array of bench players, guys like TJ Warren, Cam Thomas, man, Patty Mills. They got some guy. I mean, Patty Mills old as hell now, but still can knock down some threes, man. But Nicholas Claxton, I'll be honest with you, I'm surprised to see them lose like that versus the Suns yesterday. Down 14.5. You try to fight all the way back and get it down to a 5-point game in the fourth quarter, but you don't want to see that really when you're playing the game the next day. You want them to, I mean, it's hard to kind of give up on the game, but when you know that you're about to lose it and you have a game the next day, what's the point of wasting all that energy, man? So Nets have lost 4 straight. They've 0-5 against the spread as well. Now, could they get it done here? Cover the spread? They could, but personally, I lean Jazz. I'm not laying the points with them, guys. I can tell you that right now. Last night was a spot to lay it with them at the -6, up to 7.5. Nets have Golden State on deck. Can they keep it close with the Jazz? They could, but is on rest advantage alone, I wouldn't be surprised if the Jazz ran away with this one. Jazz have covered 5 of their last 6 games as well, and covered 4 of their last 5. They're coming off smoking the Clippers in that one. No real look ahead for the Jazz. They got 2 days off after this. So Jazz, only way I could look in this one, if I'm not mistaken, revenge spot as well. Let me see. Yeah, they lost 114 to 106. Now that was last year, but still, the home team has won and covered 4 of the last 4 games in this meeting as well, and 6 out of the last 7, my guys. So the home team is 8-2 straight up in the last 10. It's a tough game for me, guys. I do think the Nets are a little bit better than what they're showing, but it's a tough game. I feel like if you want to lay the points with the Jazz, it was last night. Jazz -6 was the spot last night, my guys. So actually wouldn't be surprised the Nets kept it close. It's a tough game, man, because Nets really, in theory, supposed to run out of gas in the second half. If you like the Nets here, you want to take them early. Full game wise, Jazz might get it done. And I know you can take the fourth quarter spread before the game even starts. Fourth quarter spread on the Jazz is probably a good look in this one. Before the game even starts, you're just taking the Jazz to win that fourth quarter. I see the Nets possibly run out of gas in this one. And if the Nets have the lead, it's even even better of a play. Jazz fourth quarter, sneakily good play in that game, guys. I'm staying off of it. Let's go over here to the streets of Sacramento here, man. We got the Kings laying 3 points at the house versus the Thunder. Up to 3.5, if I'm not mistaken. Sabonis has an illness here. He sat out the last game. I just watched these guys go on to ESPN, Lightning Beam and shit the other day. I didn't watch it. I don't watch ESPN, but ESPN is ran by Disney, man. I don't know if you guys know that, man. ESPN is ran by Disney. Go figure with that, man. But regards to that, the Thunder here covered 7 straight, guys. I don't understand how we feel comfortable betting against the Thunder right now. I know that they're on the road. You see what I'm saying? I know that they're on the road, but they've won 6 out of their last 7 games, covered all 7 against the spread. A couple of those were 3 of those were favorites. The other 3 underdogs. The Thunder are just playing too well right now for me to go against them. I really think it's that simple. Now the Kings, they've won 5 straight, covered 5 straight as well. Got to see what's up with Sabonis. The Kings can run the Thunder off the floor, but the Thunder have some guards that can stay with Fox and them, man. Now, obviously, Fox can get to the paint and get whatever he wants. That's what they do like to do, I must say. I'd like to see Sabonis playing this game, man, because Sabonis, I believe he was drafted by the Thunder. He played his first games for the Thunder in that way. Man, it's a tough game, guys. I'll be honest. 2 really hot teams, both of them smoking hot ATS right now. Going against them is really this is a toss right now. Really, 2 teams that you want to buy right now. They're facing each other. I don't understand how we bet this game. Well, I mean, there's probably angles in it, but how I like to look at games, I like to be, okay, one is bet on, one of them is bet against. I kind of would like to lean to the Thunder, but the Kings can get whatever they want down low in this one, man. So 3 illnesses for the Kings might be something to look out for. Alex Len, Dellavedova, and Sabonis all with an illness. So when that type of things happen, you wonder if something is going around in the locker room, right? So I'm just here to break it down. It's a super tough game, guys. Super tough. I think that's one that you watch and learn, in my opinion. And last 2-minute report kind of said that the Kings maybe shouldn't have won that game versus the Lakers. So they kind of does give me a little bit more of a lean to the Thunder here as well. But regards to that, this is way too tough of a game for me to say I have a definitive bet on, guys. Let's go over here. Last game up. Let's go over here to the streets of LA here, man. We got the Lakers getting 7.5 points at the house versus the Memphis Grizzlies in this one, guys. I don't like the feel of this game. Grizzlies have a winning record on the road, but still only 8-13 against the spread. Now, the Lakers, they're 11-11 at the house. They have been playing a lot better basketball, though. Even though they've been losing, they've lost 4 of their last 5 games. But still, if you watch them, those were super tough games. You lost versus Denver. No LeBron and Nelwyn still kind of teetered on covering their spread. They lost by 13 on a 12.5. So they could have covered that one. Before that, they were 5-0. Straight up and against the spread. So, like I say, the first loss versus Denver, they lost on a 12.5 spread, lost by 13 versus Dallas as well. They lose by, it goes to overtime. So they could have won that game. Goes to overtime. They're getting 2.5 points. They end up losing by 4. You see what I'm saying? So when they do lose on the spread, they're teetering on it. Now at the house, they lost 112-113, but they were getting 5.5 points. Covered that spread. We know they beat up Houston, but still covered on the spread 140-132. They were laying 7.5. Then their last game versus the Kings, they were laying 2.5. They ended up losing 111-116. And obviously Sabonis got rolled out. They did come out and say that the Lakers, none got fouled on the last drive or whatever, and maybe should have been shooting some free throws. Maybe they were saying that the Lakers probably should have won that game. Everybody will probably be taking the Grizzlies here. Grizzlies, got to look at both sides, right? Grizzlies, somewhat teetering on a loss, in my opinion, man. They back-to-back games versus San Antonio, super close. They smack up Indiana, which they were supposed to. Now, the Suns, this is the game that kind of shows me that the Grizzlies are starting to teeter on a loss. You got down double digits in the first quarter, Elwin. You had to come all the way back to win it. I know they ended up winning by 30, but that game was like a blowout basically in the third and fourth quarter. The first half was all Suns, basically. Then you go and face the Cavs as well. You get up a little lead. lead. Then the Cavs have the lead. You have to come back just to win it by 1 point, right? Dylan Brooks basically saved the day with that block there. Steven Adams with a late bucket in there. And so, in my opinion, the Grizzlies somewhat teetering on a loss, especially teetering on not covering the spread as well. I'd lean the Lakers here, guys, especially with it was at 6.5 last night, up to 7.5. We know that they're showcasing LeBron or whatever. I'd actually lean Lakers plus the 7.5. I do think John Morant will have a good game, could possibly go over his point total. But as far as looking at a spread, I feel like if you like the Grizzlies in this one, probably take them team total over. That way you don't even care about the spread. They can even lose the game. If you like Grizzlies here, take the team total over, in my opinion. If I'm taking this game, if I'm betting it, I'm taking Lakers plus the 7.5, guys. My guy says he can't go against the Grizzlies. I just did it last game and cashed with the Cavs with no Donovan Mitchell, and the Grizzlies were at the house as well, man. So I lean Lakers here actually pretty heavily. I think the Lakers might get it done tonight. They could win that game straight up, but definitely the 7.5. My guy says, does Jay like Magic or Pelicans? I like the Pelicans in that one, my guy. I like the Pellies in there. We flying with the Pellies in that one, man. They saying they like Memphis. Any questions, guys, before I get up out of here? We're going over to the free pick segment, to the let's talk about some shirts segment. You do what I'm saying? Still got shirts on sale, man. 50% off. Us Against the Bookies shirt, the Smack City, all that shit, man. Let's get some cash. Shirts are starting to run out now, guys, I must say. So it's going to be time for me to unveil some new shirts. But jmoneyismoney.com, 50% off shirts. Use promo code We Will Win, guys. So if you'd like to get a shirt, show some support, hey, get a shirt. If you'd like to become a member of the channel as well, guys, it's only $3.99 a month. There are members only shows. I'm even going to start doing some shows as well on weekends, guys. These will be members only shows. I don't feel bad for it. It's only $3.99 a month, guys. So, and it's kind of crazy because guys will go and buy picks, $30 for one pick. You see what I'm saying? Or $300 for a month or something, but don't want to pay $3.99 for a month, man. It's actually a little disrespectful, to be honest with you, man. But it's all good. I don't mind. There will be more members only shows with exclusive picks on there. For me today, guys. Oh, let me see any questions you guys got in the chat, man. Any guy, anything for college? Yes, I did drop a play last night for college, my guy. Want to take Lakers, but I'm staying on Bruns over. Couldn't talk you off that. Could not talk you off that. Do you play money line and total? I don't play any totals, my guy. How do I sign up, Jay? The link is in the description below. It's only $3.99 for a month, my guy. Nick, I got you, man. Yeah, so I posted the link on Twitter. I'll repost it right after this. But for the people that don't have Twitter, the link is in the description below to become a member, guys. Yeah, I couldn't talk you off there, Sean, whatsoever. Couldn't talk you off, man. Proud member. I couldn't talk you off. Thoughts on Cavs first half? I like it. I lean Cavs in the first half, my guy. I lean Cavs in the first half. You fuck with Cavs money line and Jazz money line. I couldn't talk you off that, man. I'm not doing any more money line parlays, but I could not talk you off that, my guy. My guy says he likes liking Brun rebounds and assists over 15.5. I like it. I like it. Yeah, let me get up out of here, man. It's time for the picks. I got another show to do, man. 570 people watching live. If you truly like the show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notifications bell as well. And like I say, if you would like to become a member, get some exclusive night show picks before these line moves, the link is in the description below, guys. You can just click that link and join. It's only $3.99 a month. For me, let's get to some cash today, guys. Only picks for me today, like I say, small slate, and I'll give you what I'm looking at on every other game as well. Even though I'm not betting it, still have top looks in the game. Only thing that I've bet so far, guys, is Pelicans in the first quarter -1.5. That is my top look of the day. Bounce back spot. Just like I'm pissed off and ready to bounce back, I guarantee you the Pelicans can't wait to get back on the floor and play a little bit better of a brand of basketball. They got absolutely smoked the last game. Never in the game. I see them coming out with some emphasis and a little bit of sense of urgency versus the Magic in this one. So I am taking Pelicans full game as well, -1. But the top spot in the game, in my opinion, is the first quarter for the Pelicans to try to get that bad taste out of their mouth. You got to try to come out hot as well, man. So, and the Magic, 4 days off of rest, coming off first game back off of a long road trip, could be a little rusty shooting the ball as well. They can get buckets inside, the Magic can, but as far as shooting wise, I don't think they have enough shooters to stay in this one. Pelicans probably bringing the lockdown defense. Give me the Pelicans in the first quarter minus a half. Pelicans full game minus the 1. I do like the first quarter a little bit more. Really close to taking the Hawks, guys. Whether I'm taking it or not, I believe it's the right side. Does that make sense? Whether I have an official play on it or not, I'm telling you what I think is going to win in the game, if that makes sense, guys. So every single game, I'll do that on what I think will win in this one. I think the Hawks minus the 3 full game will get it done. I also lean Hawks first quarter as well. This team is playing with their heads on fire. And guess what? The main thing that they're talking about is starting out faster as well. That way they don't have to play behind. So my top plays in that game would be Hawks in the first quarter and Hawks full game minus the 3. Trae Young and Bogdanovich still questionable. They did go through shooting rounds, so it's looking like more of probable, like game time decision. Hawks first quarter, first half, the way I would be looking at that one. The Cavs Warrior spot, I'd like to lean Cavs. This line is kind of telling us that maybe there's a high percentage that guys like Steph Curry and Draymond Green might be out in this game, because if they're in, this line would not be at 8.5, especially with Mitchell still being questionable in this one. This is not a good spot for the Warriors coming off a playoff type of game last night that went to overtime. They already rested. They already said that Clay is not going to play. Don't be a bit surprised to see Curry and Draymond pop up on the injury report as out in this one, and they're on a back-to-back, so they don't have to let us know now how corrupt is that, man. But Cavs, at this line sitting right now, that's kind of telling me that somebody's out. I'd lean Cavs full game in this one. Only problem is the Cavs do have the Bucks on deck tomorrow. I'm sure they want that one as well, guys. So I did stay away from it, but Cavs were sitting at -6, -7 last night. That was probably the time to hop on them. With this line going up, that tells me somebody's out. Mavs, I can only look Mavs plus the 1.5, man. I think that's the right side in this game. Another one where I think Mavs in the first quarter and the full game are the right sides of this game. Heat coming off a game where they absolutely smoked the Pelicans. Pelicans weren't ready to play, but guess what? It's going to be a reality check for the Heat that's actually coming to face a team that's wanting to get on their ass this time. So Mavs, they should try to start out fast in this one. Back-to-back home games, back-to-back national TV games. My top plays in this game would be Mavs in the first quarter and Mavs full game, guys. The Clippers and Spurs game. Clippers, I'd lean Clippers. Clippers team total over would be my top look in that game. I think they can bust out offensively in this game, a fast-paced type of game. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard coming back to the streets of San Antonio. My top play in that game would be Clippers team total over in that one. Pacers and Nuggets. Pacers team total under would be my top play in that game. Nets versus Jazz, man. It's a super tough game. I'd like to look at Jazz. It was at 6 last night. If you wanted the Jazz, should have got on that one last night. Grizzlies Lakers, heavily lean to the Lakers plus a 7.5 in that one. If I'm betting a game in that one, it would be if you like the Grizzlies, I would just take Grizzlies team total over. But I do personally think that the Lakers plus 7.5 gets it done in that one. And Thunder versus Kings. Two teams that are buy on right now. Kings 5-0 straight up and 5-0 against the spread last 5. Thunder 6-1, I believe, and 7-0 against the spread last 7. Total toss game for me, guys. I'm finna get out of here, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Hit the like button as well, man. Become a member of the show, guys. Even if I'm doing you can even go back. You can still become a member today and go back and check out the night show. I'll likely be doing another one later today, doing a little college basketball show, either that or doing a nighttime show for the games tomorrow, guys. So let's see what happens, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. Hit the like button, subscribe, become a member as well for some exclusive shows. It's only $3.99 a month, man. Literally absolute pennies, guys. What are we doing here, man? But it does weed out the you know what I'm saying, some of the it's weeding out some of the people, and especially weeding out the cappers that like to go and try to sell the picks as well, guys. So unfortunately had to go do that, but still doing the free pick shows as well, letting you know what I'm liking on the card. Broke down every game on the card, guys. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. We out, guys. Let's get some cash. Bounce back J style. We out.